to Green Magnolias. It has been a few days and I apologize. It's just as the holidays get closer, just more and more things are popping up, and which is like, I keep telling my husband, like, we are such homebodies, like anti-social, that like, how do we have so many things to do? But we do. We've just been trying to also do like more Christmassy things, like see lights and watch Christmas movies and things like that. So just trying to enjoy the time. And I've actually been on a coffee kick. Just funny. So what I've been doing, I showed this in one of my previous videos. I started following the All These Reddit page, which I think was a mistake because it's influencing me too much to try things out. But I picked this up. It's Madagascar Vanilla White Chocolate by, if you haven't tried their chocolates, look no further. So inexpensive for the most part, and like the quality is top tier. Like, and it's fair trade cocoa, so, and it's really rich on its own. I do love chocolate, but I need it to have texture personally, like nuts or crisps or like caramel, a mix of things. So this just comes as like a little bar. Let's see, like a little, I don't know how many ounces is this. It's 0.88 ounces, 25 grams. So like, I mean, that's like a good size, like that's bigger than a share size candy bar, in my opinion. So what I've been doing is like, I've been taking half of it, I put it at the bottom of my coffee mug, and then I run my espresso machine, but just the like steamed milk part on top of it, and then I do my like Folgers instant coffee. I know, please don't judge, but it's like so good to me right now, and it's so good with like a little, like a tiny smidge extra sugar, like less than a teaspoon, and it's been such a treat. So that's what I've been doing lately. But so let's see what teas I've been missing out on, and let's pick which one. First off, I want to show my new mug. I couldn't pass it up. I know, do I really need more mugs? No, but it's so vintagey cute. It's not by anything KIC. It's made in Korea. Again, I don't really think it's anything, but so sweet. And then kind of like that like vintagey, and it's like pink on the inside. Love. So let's see. So we're on the 8th. What's today? We're on the 18th. So we did the 15th. Ooh. So we have, for the 16th, it was eggnog black tea, which I'm not a huge fan of eggnog. I think I just honestly need to try the like famous brand from the grocery store, but it's like quite expensive. But we have eggnog black tea. For the 17th, we have chocolate chai black tea. That sounds really good. And then today we have, ooh, we have honey chamomile herbal tea. I think I'm gonna save that one for bedtime. Maybe as I play my video game. I've been really into, it just became free. It just like launched and is like pretty much free. It's a gacha game. It's called Infinity Nikki. It's really good. I didn't think, it's gorgeous. Like, out of all the video games I played, like, it's so pretty. It's insane. So pretty much you just, it's about clothes, like styling clothes, battling with clothes. Each clothes has like attributes, like it's super, what was the battle I just did yesterday? Like a fresh outfit and a sexy outfit and then a casual outfit and a comfy outfit and cute outfit and stuff, elegant. So you kind of like, it's like open world. I think I played the mobile game a long time ago, because there's like different like chain, like parts of the chain of Infinity Nikki, but this is like a new open world concept, and you like have to gather material to then make outfits and stuff like that. Again, it's like really not like a tea, like in the sense of like it's kind of a little cheesy. I think it's just really cheesy, honestly. But I've honestly really been enjoying it. I'm not crazy about the storyline. just like the language is like really too fluffy for my taste. But overall, like I'm like kind of hooked. I don't know, so I've been playing that a lot. So I think as I play that, I'll have this. But I think I'm gonna go with eggnog black tea. I love this tea packet. Really, really nice. So yeah, let's brew this. And I think I'm gonna share, like just do a writing session. I haven't written in a few days before like my day gets started. See how much I get done. Oh, it smells pretty good actually. Here, let me go get the water. Okay, oh goodness. So I have my water boiled. And here we go. So yeah, I haven't written in a couple days. I think since I last shared a writing session. No, I had one after that I just didn't share or film. I can't believe how many words I've written. I would have to like double check, and maybe I'll put here when I put my first like write with me, and I had only like started writing a few days prior to filming that and like sharing the process and everything, but I'm at like 25,000 words or something crazy like that, or 26. I don't know, pretty insane. How much I've gotten done in, I want to say it's only been like a month. It's only been a month since I posted those videos. I'll have to double check. Maybe a little bit over a month, a little bit over, but not like 2 months or anything like that. So see how much progress I get done. I have family coming over, so I have to clean the house, or just organize and make it look presentable enough. But yeah, I've just been taking it easy. A lot of cuddling, a lot of watching movies and all that stuff, and playing video games with my son, which has been really nice. But yeah, so I'm gonna be sharing. I'm just gonna like film myself writing, see how much I get done, and kind of share where my thoughts are going with it. I'm really playing with the theme of, which I do often in a lot of my drafts that I have taking the back burner. I really play with the themes of dark and light, like sunlight and moonlight. I love that. I can't help but incorporate it. Hopefully, like, I get to the end of one of them. And then, but I'm also incorporating the theme of hot and cold. I know it's like, oh, hot and cold, what do you mean? But there's this big component of my female main character. She is a, like, vampire elf, and she is, like, ice cold, which is I feel like that's a common trait of vampires in a lot of the vampire paranormal romance or anything that I've read. That's kind of like a pretty regular take on like vampires. So she's really cold, but they have like mates, right? Or like their soulmates or mates or whatever. They have partnerships and stuff of like, because it's not exactly super common to find your mate, but it's not like legendary or unheard of, you know, like I'm not trying to do it like that. So, but once you find your mate, you feel warmth again. So I'm really liking that. And kind of like I don't want to give away too much. I'm just going to leave it at that. Like, so Phantom Albion, which is what she is, which is pretty much just another word for vampires. Again, I think I might change that. I'm not sure. I just didn't want to say like vampire elves and like make it seem like pretty basic. But maybe I'm doing too much, you know? Sometimes I do that. But yeah, so, and like where they live, where she is right now, which is Winter Point, it's like the longest winter. Like it's super cold outside, and it just, you know, like she's just always internally cold, and it's like she stands by the fire, and it's kind of like this ongoing like side theme of just like how cold she is, but it's not like debilitating. It's just she has a memory of warmth, and that kind of like really plays a role on like her struggles and like what she's going through, and all that jazz. So I don't know, I'm really enjoying it. I think it's, I really want it to be, at the end of the day, just one, like, standalone. Like, I don't want to go into a series type thing, but I really want to explain the world building. Eventually, we're going to be introduced to other groups and other nations and stuff like that, because I have, my idea at the moment is each continent or landmass, or however you, I'm not sure what the map looks like. I haven't made an attempt to draw it out, but they each are like at the different corners of the compass. So she's up north, Winter Point. You know, she does have spring and summer and fall, but it's like very short, and then it's just like hard, cold winter. It's very foresty, vast, mountainous, like very bleak, kind of. And then there's Sumter, which is the south. That's where the Phoenixans live. So it's like Phoenix people, and it's like hot, obviously. And, you know, they have an abundance of resources, you know, so that's kind of like a conflict type thing. Maybe I'm like running my mouth, I don't know. And then there's, I forget what I called like the spring place, and that's where fairies and like gnomes, and it's very, I don't know, I haven't really thought much on that, but I have mentioned Sumter quite often. And then Falter is the land of the fallen. So the other idea I'm playing with is that, yes, there is humans, but they were once fae, but they fell from, and I gotta build on the lore of that, and so they're called fallen, like fallen flesh, like the vampires don't feed on fallen flesh, like it's part of a treaty and stuff like that. So yeah, I just like ran my mouth. Hold on one second. Sorry if I seem like I am very chatty, but I think my anxiety's been flaring up. Maybe I had like a little breakdown last night. I think it's just, you know, that I love Christmas. Don't get me wrong, I love Christmas. I love music, the decorations, the like, just everything that embodies like Christmas. Minus like, yeah, gifts are awesome, but just like that cheery, super delightful feeling come Christmas time. But then like, also my emotions are always like on high. I think between my birthday and then just kind of like always seeing family, which I do love, but it's just like overwhelming. And just being pulled in different directions, and you know, like never getting around to doing something like, you know, like, okay, well, we got to do this, and it's like so many important dates, like my birthday, Christmas, other birthdays in December, big anniversary for us this year, and like, you know, we got married at the end of the year, and just like, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. Okay, so let's try out here. Was I finished talking about like my story or whatever? So yeah, I have a lot of lore and a lot of like history I need to kind of like add into bits and pieces. Again, I think I mentioned in a previous video when I was talking about my writing, I really do not want to just overload on the reader with everything and then just continue on with action dialogue and then do a poor job of making references of things so they understand, like, okay, where is she now? Like, because I think she's going to go on a journey and this and that. Maybe. So, anywho, but let's try again. I went with eggnog black tea. And I just did milk and sugar. Oh, I really like that. I might have made it a little too sweet, but again, yes, it has eggnog flavor. From what I remember, because I think I've tried regular eggnog, and then I've tried almond milk eggnog, and I don't know what the flavoring is exactly. It's not like, like for example, I can't do fennel seed. I'm not a picky eater. I will eat anything and everything, but fennel seed is a big no for me. Or fennel. I remember I was so deceived by, I was burned by a recipe. Or I think maybe my mom told me it. I don't know. But it was like fennel chopped up with orange slices, onion, and like olive oil. And it was like supposed to be like this very fresh. It was horrific. Let me just tell you. Horrific. I don't recommend. Yeah, this is a winner. I have to say, I'd have to say an 8. An 8 out of 10. I think still by far the best one has been, hold on, and I think I might even bump it up to a 9. It's the one that's been most memorable. Yeah, I think the best one so far has been the zesty orange black tea. It's not a combination I've ever thought would be good. Okay, so I am at 25,066. I'm not gonna aim for like 1,000 words. I'm just gonna kind of write for a little while. But so yeah, let's get to writing. Let me show. Actually, maybe you saw peeks of it. My shirt. It says my husband got me this for Christmas last year. It says Smut Reader, and then it says Book Club. What happens in book club stays in book club. A nice like purple color. It's really comfy actually. So yeah, where did I leave off? So like for example, as I was speaking about the big theme of like hot and cold, like she, you know, obviously like they bathe and stuff, but like, you know, they're always cold. They're always cold. So she asks for a like steaming hot tub of water to be waiting for her in her chamber after like all like a lot of stuff has like happened that's kind of like getting the ball rolling for a lot of conflict, a lot of what do I say? Just a lot of moving pieces because so she obviously lives a very long time as most vampires do, you know. And a big thing that's happened that again, it's not spoiler, kind of you find out about it like in the prologue, but she's literally, after she went into like a blind rage and did a lot of destruction, she's just become a recluse, like in her own world, and just shut off everything. And she is technically, or was, the queen of her people, and like I won't give away that, but she does come across this fallen so she's like kind of just roaming, and she comes through this village that's just been like wiped out by like starvation and just freezing cold temperatures, and she comes across another, she's not main character, but she's going to play a big role. Her name is Nicole. It's her housemaid, but it's more of a friend than anything for sure, and she's blind. I hope to do a good job of representation. I will, once I get to that point, I will most definitely have you know, kind of get that checked to make sure that I'm representing someone with a disability to the best of my ability. But she plays a big role, and so that's like the only kind of like contact with another person she's had. But then a lot of stuff has happened where like she's realizing like, oh, what's been going on while I've been in this dark cloud of just like doom and depression, you know? You know, like what's been just transpiring like all around as I've been wallowing in my grief and my heartbreak and all that stuff. So so yeah, I for sure there's gonna be really dark themes of like like parental loss, abuse, self-harm, and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm gonna flashback and put anything like on page. I know that's something to obviously I don't have, like, speaking of triggers, like trigger warnings or like what are no's in my reading, I have very little, and I have my own, like I think anybody has their own trauma, right? I think the one thing I refuse to like read on, or it just like when the characters do a lot of drugs and drink a lot, and not just like casually like share a glass or like share a cigar or something like that. But when it's like heavily in it, I forget which one. I think it was Venom. I'm not gonna bother putting the picture here. It was like a Kindle limited book, and it's actually got really popular, but are just like, I don't know, that really puts me off personally. I don't like reading about that stuff. The other thing I really don't like reading is bully romances. Like, I can read a dark romance, I can read a possessed alpha lover type thing, kind of kidnapping and Stockholm syndrome type stuff. But when it's like a bully romance, especially when it's like a dark bully romance, which I've only read a few, and I think since then I can't even tell you what I've read. Like, yeah, I completely avoid it. Also, love triangle. No. That was a phase back in the early 2010s and stuff like that. Like, that can be left behind there. If I'm gonna read a story with multiple partners, so to speak, then it's gonna be a wide choose or reverse harem. Because no, I refuse. Because it just always happens like that. That I always pick the person that is not gonna be endgame, and then it's just disappointment. Disappointment. Another thing I don't like reading is, of course, any cheating. Like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't have a problem if, like, the story starts off with either of the main characters with someone else. Like, that's not a big deal. You know, like, that's, I mean, that kind of happens in real life. So, like, before they meet, I'm sure there's been previous partners or whatever. So, I don't, yeah, those are things I don't like to read. Otherwise, obviously, also happy ending, as you, if you watched my reading wrap up for the year, and my review for Poppy War and stuff like that. I forgot what else I read recently that was just, it's not just that Poppy War wasn't like not a happy ending. It's just like, I'm like obviously really burned from this. I think burned more so than the other series I keep mentioning, An Ember in the Ashes. That Ember in the Ashes was too much tragedy, just too much. There was a happy ending. She got with the person I hope she got with and stuff like that. Certain people didn't really need to die, in my opinion. It was very tragic. Spoiler alert, I apologize. Just way too much death and tragedy. Like, by what, it was a quartet, so 4 books. So by book 2, even book 3, like, it was a lot. You know, I was like, oh my god, this is horrible. And then like the last like 10 chapters of the last book, I was like, what the fuck is happening? Excuse my French. This is too much. And then with Poppy War, each book was like 600 pages long. 600 pages long, okay? At this point, I am not gonna be writing. I'm just talking. So it's Poppy War. Like, I'm just getting more into like unhappy endings. Like, what? Just, you know, whatever. So Poppy War, like, again, it was great. Like, world building, the history, the action, and just kind of like hoping that Rin overcomes like all this stuff that she's going through, and just like, okay, you know, there's like, she got burned the first time, like, okay, and the second time, like, okay. The third time it was like, okay, you're just stupid, I'm sorry, you like need to get your head out of your ass. Again, sorry for my French. And then like so much tragedy, so much, like, because it talks, I mean, obviously Poppy War, aka the title of like the whole series, and just there's a lot of war, a lot of tragedy. And if for it to end the way that it ended, it was like, you've got to be kidding me. So like, she couldn't redeem herself in any way, and like that's it. I'm like so mad about that. It's a waste of my time. And I was gonna give up, but I was like, no, like, I'm really interested, I'm invested. And never again. And I've been DNFing quite a bit. I feel like my DNF list was quite significant this year from when I started reading. I don't know. I tried to Looks like this is going to be quite a long video. No writing. Again, I'm sorry. But let's see. Again, I'm going to be linking my Goodreads if you wish to follow me. Hopefully it works, but I do want to keep better track of like what I'm reading. I'm gonna go to my profile, my books. Let me get at this. Okay, DNFing. I've actually made like a little how do these I don't know, I can't. They were so long ago, 2023. I guess I didn't keep that good of a track. I DNF'd according to like what I was keeping track of. I DNF'd 3. Talon by Sybil Bartel. Vengeance Becomes Her. Oh, I really didn't like that one. I remember. I tried reading that with my sister. I was like, no, this is garbage. Seduced by Jessie Knight. And the other one, that's it. That's all I DNF'd. I DNF'd more. Let me tell you. Yeah, no, so also like I think another thing of like I don't read that. If it's like pretty, like I like a dark romance, I like a mafia romance, in that aspect, but if it's like pretty brutal like towards her, I read one that was just like it was like it became banned on Kindle. I can't remember what the books were, but I read it and I just kind of kept pushing through, and I was just like, I kind of wish I didn't. It was really, really bad. There was another one that it was really good. It was, again, I think that's what, I forget the name of it. I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but it had like a lot of themes of like drugs, violence, gangs, like in a bad way. Not like, I know this is like judgy, not judgy, but like other people judge, but like it wasn't like, oh, an motorcycle romance like type hot, it was, or gang type hot, whatever, if that's a thing. It was like, okay, this is like messed up. Like, this is horrible. So I don't think I'm gonna come across it. I read that so long ago. There's so many books I want to read and reread, actually, since I've been enjoying rereading this year. I think I'm gonna like dabble into that for sure and kind of see if it like held up to like a 5-star for myself. It's funny, you can like totally see like what I was into from like my reads of like 2022 and everything. Oh goodness. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the video here. It is quite a long one. I hope it makes up for the days past that I was like, no, I just, but yeah, oh, it's here. This is the one. This, like, it's already, I think it's banned for sure. I don't even know where you can find it, maybe on her website. But He Hates Me by Isabel Starling. It's the hate-love duet, so he hates me not. Deranged, terrible, terrible, terrible book, honestly. Like, there was nothing, you know, like, everyone likes a bad guy, right? You know? Not that one. That's too bad. Like, straight to jail. But anywho, yeah, so I'm gonna leave it here. I hope you enjoyed my just ramblings. Hopefully it wasn't too like all over the place, but yeah, so I hope you enjoyed what I shared about my writing. I do hope to get some more words in. Again, I'm not trying to like rush or anything. There's like no rush for anything. I think that's what like really burned me out last time when I really got into writing. So just kind of like take it easy, go with the flow. But yeah, I hope you're reading something amazing, you're making something beautiful, and I'll see you next one.